Hello, I'm Captain Golden Galaxy from the Goanimate City Police Department.
And I'm Executive Assistant District Attorney Tom Rook from the Viand County District Attorney's Office.
Ever since the Trump administration has got back to the White House, it is important to understand the federal government's plans to start a mass deportation operation in the U.S.
But of course, many of you fear that the government, more specifically ICE, may come after you, and it is important that everyone understands their rights, documented or not.
ICE stands for the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. If they're ever at your door, do not open the door unless they present a valid search warrant signed by a judge.
It is unlikely, but sometimes ICE agents may try to manipulate you into thinking that they do not need a specific warrant to come in your home. That is not true. Let me explain. Since ICE is considered federal law enforcement, it is unconstitutional for them to enter your home without a judicial warrant which is signed by a judge. An administrative warrant is issued by an agency like ICE, which authorizes actions related to administrative violations, like immigration, and doesn't require probable cause. However, an administrative warrant which is not signed by a judge does not allow them to enter your home. Administrative warrants are not subject to the same Fourth Amendment protections as judicial warrants, meaning ICE agents can't enter homes without consent or a judicial warrant. So whenever ICE might say they have a warrant to enter your home, they might have an administrative warrant which again doesn't allow them to enter your home. So before you open the door, ask the agents to slip the warrant under the door so they can take a look for themselves to make sure it's a judicial warrant, not administrative.
Undocumented and/or documented people are entitled to the same constitutional rights. In the event you're stopped by ICE or the police, you may do the following: calmly ask why you're being stopped and if you're being detained. If they do not have probable cause or a reason for stopping you, you're free to leave at any time. Now obviously, you're being detained and you cannot leave, but if you are being detained, you may state that you wish to remain silent and would like an attorney present. If you're undocumented and ICE arrests you, remain silent and request for an immigration attorney. If you're documented and ICE arrests you, remain silent and request for a civil. If you're being stopped by the police due to immigration status, depending on jurisdiction, you may request for a supervisor. Usually, most cities such as New York, Goanimate and other large cities are sanctuary, which restricts local officials and local law enforcement from asking residents about their immigration status and limit cooperation with ICE in the detention of undocumented immigrants. Specific locations such as churches, schools, etc. are sanctuary. So if the police is cooperating with ICE and is seen detaining individuals based on their immigration status, you should file a complaint with the city and the police department.
It is also important that people do not fear over discrimination regarding origin, ethnicity, religion or any other protected class by law enforcement. If you're a victim of such, file a complaint with Internal Affairs or consult with a civil attorney to proceed with further legal action. And again, if ICE or the police ever comes to your door, state you do not consent them to be on your property and ask them to leave. If they do not comply, record them. Recording law enforcement unlawfully entering and searching and/or arresting anyone may help in investigations and civil lawsuits. And make sure you call an attorney in the event law enforcement is in your home, with or without a warrant. Remain silent at all times and do not speak until your lawyer arrives. The same thing applies to ICE.
So, be safe, and know your rights.